What's up, guys? My name is Mark, and welcome to Entrepreneurship. Here on this channel, we are going to talk about building a sport fitness business. My background, I was a professional beach volleyball player for 13 years, and I played professionally indoor before that. And during that time, I started a couple businesses. I did some real estate investing, and I was able to build Better at Beach, where we run big camps. We have classes every day. We have private lessons. We built out some online courses and membership programs. And along the way, my brother started his own business, and I realized that I had a lot of advice to offer him. So I want to start helping maybe people like you, people who are interested in building a business around their sport or athletic passion. So here we go. I am going to take you through everything that I do building this new business. Now, keep in mind that because I've built a number of different styles of businesses, a lot of this is going to be very fast. You're going to feel like you're going to pause. You're going to feel like you're not going to quite get it, or you're not going to understand. But what this channel is meant to do is to give you actual step-by-step things to do today. Go and do them. Don't hesitate. Don't think. Trust me, I did all the thinking for you. You just want to start, okay? And if you're a little bit nervous about starting, that's okay. I understand. Just go ahead in the comments and ask me some questions, and hopefully I can get you going. But you are going to be a part of witnessing the building of Entrepreneurship. So today, what did I do? All right. The first thing that I did was I went to Gmail and I built an email for this business. I haven't started any businesses, any EIN numbers or tax numbers or anything. I just went and I said, okay, first thing first, came up with a clever name, Entrepreneurship. I thought that's okay. So I made that into a Gmail account. As soon as I had that Gmail account, I went across every platform, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and I built them out with that same name, Entrepreneurship. Okay. This is going to help me later. It's just legwork, and it's going to take, a few hours of work today just to get all of that done. So now I've got my email. Now I've got all of my social media platforms. I haven't really made a post or anything like that. That's not important. The important is the setup. After that, here's the tricky part. I know that we need a website. I'm also going to start a podcast, and maybe by the time you're seeing this, we have a podcast and you can listen to a couple of those episodes. But starting a website might be daunting if you've never done it. Here's what I did. I went to ChatGPT. It's by open source AI, I think. It's an artificial intelligence thing that I just got introduced to yesterday. And if you're watching this, maybe it's already taken over the world. No. But ChatGPT gives you quick answers to anything you ask it, which is a little bit wild. So I went in there and I asked the robot overlords what. So I went in there and I asked the robot overlord exactly this. Give me some SEO-friendly ideas for a website name that has to do with sports, business, fitness, athletics, and entrepreneurship. It dumped out 10 of them for me. I could have asked for more, but it dumped out 10. I liked all the answers it gave. So then I started putting them into GoDaddy.com. GoDaddy.com is kind of I guess it's a real estate agent, essentially, for the internet. So consider that every domain, every .com, like traditioncoffeeroasters.com, right? That is a piece of land. So somebody wants that piece of land and they need to book it, reserve it, buy it, hold it. Okay. For me, I knew that we wanted entrepreneurship.com. So I got that right away. It cost me about $79 and I get to hold that name for 5 years. I could have bought it for longer, but I'll just renew when that comes back. Here's the tricky part though. I like my fancy name. I like Entrepreneurship, but Entrepreneurship isn't SEO friendly. Now, SEO friendly right now means that search engine optimization, SEO, basically when somebody types something into a search engine, you want them to find you easily. So I know that Entrepreneurship is a weird spelling. So I know that automatically it's not going to give me a great score, because if somebody says how to start a business in sport, they're not going to find us. But if I tried to get the name How to Start a Business in Sports, maybe that would be a great SEO-friendly name, but then I had to say that all the time on the podcast and when I'm telling people to go somewhere. So here's what I did. I took 3 of the domains that it gave me, and I bought them all. This might not be good for some of you because it's a little bit not cost effective, but I wanted to give myself options later. So I bought 3 domains for 5 years. One of them is Entrepreneur, the one that I love. But if I'm on a podcast or I'm just saying like, here, you know what, go to athleticsstartup.com. That was one of the ideas that the ChatGPT gave me. And it was available on GoDaddy. So I got athleticsstartup.com because that's really easy to remember. No one's going to screw up the spelling. We should be okay. Entrepreneur might be weird. So by this time, you might see athleticsstartup.com forwarding to Entrepreneur or vice versa. We'll see what happens down the road, but I'm not worried about it. I can't be a perfectionist, and neither can you. If you're thinking that you have to be perfect, and if you get frozen on these names for more than 30 minutes, just pick something and move forward. All of the analysis paralysis will just destroy you. So one of the tips that I use for myself to get through days and try to be efficient is I try to guess how much time something is going to take, so long as it's not dependent on anybody else, like waiting on hold or anything like that. And I set a timer. So I said, all right, I have 30 minutes to book a name. And I went on to ChatGPT, typed in my questions. Then I went into GoDaddy.com to see which .coms were actually available and affordable. And I went for it. Remember that you can always change this stuff later. You really can. Even if you're on a YouTube channel, all you do is you change the links in your description. So it's not that big a deal. Okay? We do get caught up in the beginning on like the perfect name, everything like that. Remember that that can change. What you're trying to do is you're not trying to develop the perfect name. You're trying to develop the perfect business. You can change that all later. Nike wasn't Nike until, fact check me, but like 10 years into their actual business. Okay? Remember, that's crazy to think that Nike didn't start as Nike. It had 10 years of operations before it even turned into Nike. So it's okay that you guys start with any name, come up with a name that's creative. But remember, SEO-friendly is really nice, which means that if somebody is looking for your business online, are they going to type in something that's in your xxx.com name? That's important to know. It'll help you out later, and it'll give you something. So today's process was going and taking the name that I liked. Then I went to Gmail. I got my entrepreneurathlete at gmail.com. After that, I went to all of my social media platforms, and using that Gmail as the login, I created all of those names across all the platforms because I'll use that later. Then I went and I got my domain, entrepreneurathlete.com, through GoDaddy.com. Not sponsored. That's just what we use, and it's the easiest one I have. I'll get a better email later that won't be Gmail, but don't worry about that yet. And I used ChatGPT to just give me some good ideas so that we can do it. And then I just cross-checked them with GoDaddy.com to see which ones were available, which ones were affordable. Throughout all of this, if you want to make your first post, remember that if you're starting a business, you're probably solving a problem. And if you're solving somebody's problem, the first thing you want to do is ask questions, right? If you're starting a business because you have an idea, it means that in your social circle or the people who you're hanging out with, they're probably going through the same types of issues you are. So if you have any sort of social media presence, go on, announce it. Whatever platform you're on, if you already have a business or if you have your personal, just say, hey, I'm starting this business. This is what it's all about. Does anybody have any great questions regarding this topic? Today, I got to answer and write down in an Excel sheet every question that I got from my first social media post. Now, I already have a pretty big social media following. If you want to check it out, it's at Mark Burik. And by the way, if you're still watching this and you haven't subscribed to this channel, please just go ahead and subscribe. Give it a like so that you can follow along the journey and help you later on. So I had a pretty large social media following, and I used that. Posted, I said, this is the direction I'm going. Do you guys have any questions for that? Is there anything that you would like to hear from me? You might get crickets, or you might get a good question that you say, there we go. That is my first YouTube video, right? This YouTube video came because of a question that my brother had when he was starting his business, Tradition Coffee Roasters. I said, here you go. Here's your first 5 days of getting your social media accounts in order. One thing that I'm also starting today is that Excel sheet for everything that I'm doing. This is what I want you to get used to. Everything that you do, write it down. I use an Excel sheet, a very ugly version of an Excel sheet. Even like my employees from Bitter Beach, they kind of hate it. But it was important for me to track down everything that I do and every process that I have. That way, the next business you start, or the person who you hand this off to, or the first employee that you hire, you don't have to think back to day one. What was it like to get into those processes? Okay. You're starting to say, this is my company manual. This is everything we did, everything we do, every login that we have, so that when you do need to introduce your first employee, boom, you've already got your manual 80% built. All you got to do is edit it a little bit. That's something I didn't do in my first business, and I really regretted it because it took a long time to recover and to be able to train people. All right. I don't think there's anything else. If you want to follow the rest of it. So if you want to follow along with this channel, if you want help building your business, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Will this be helpful for everyone who's building a business? Not everyone, but my experience comes from the sport world and a little bit in the real estate world. A lot of businesses operate the same or similar. So if you're building a business, especially if you're building a business in like the fit, sport, YouTube, social media, online course industry, this might be the channel for you. And even if you're not in those industries, we're going to talk a lot about business processes, and we're going to have a lot of interviews with people who are way smarter than me. So if you hate my voice, don't worry, it won't be the only one on the channel. I want you to keep watching, and I want you to go ahead, like, subscribe, and then share this so that we can create a nice big community. And the larger the community that we build, the more people that we have to help us. All right, let's wrap this up. This is your first day starting a business. Come up with a name. Open an Excel sheet and say, company name, step by step. Your first step is sign up for a Gmail account. Okay, put that in there. Your next step is sign up for all social media accounts using that Gmail. Super simple. After that, what I did is I went to ChatGPT.com and I said, give me an SEO-friendly name for sport, business, fitness, entrepreneurship. That works for me, might not work for you, but the AI system gave me some great ideas and I started dumping them into GoDaddy.com. I bought a couple of domains. One of them I bought because I thought it was going to be SEO friendly and easier to say and announce to people and for people to hear on a new podcast. And the other one is because I really like the name Entrepreneurship. I documented all of this on that Excel sheet. And if you want that step-by-step Excel sheet that I've used to start building this business, go ahead and in the comments, just send me a note. Send me the sheet and figure out a way to get you that sheet. If I have it downloadable by this time, it should be in the description. All right. So all you entrepreneur athletes out there, it's a hell of a journey. It's fun. It's exciting. Sometimes it's disappointing. And then you hit that bottom and then you hit that ride up. And I'll tell you from my first couple ventures into business, it is hard. It is rewarding and it is fun. And you control your own life, which is probably the best part. Scratch that. The best part has been all of the people who have been crazy, thankful, and appreciative of what we've done so far, and hope to bring that same type of community, passion, and togetherness with the new company. So if I can help you, go ahead and ask me in the comments. And if you like this video, again, subscribe and share it with anybody who you think might be starting business. All right. Thanks. Have a great day.